Hi, algebra students. Today we're taking a look at some measurement conversions. Use the conversions provided in your notes and other basic conversion factors to complete the following. Let's do the odds together. So first we're starting out with how many seconds are there in 14 years. So we want to get 14 years to seconds. So I'm going to start with 14 years over 1. And we want to narrow that down to seconds. So we know that there are 365 days in 1 year. We know that there are 60 minutes in 1 day. We know that there are 60 seconds in 1 minute. So we've gotten down to seconds using some basic conversion factors. And now we can actually calculate how many seconds will be in 14 years. So if we take a look at this, notice that years and years are diagonal from each other. So they actually cancel out, as do days and days, minutes and minutes, leaving us with the desired unit, which is seconds. So now we can go across and multiply. If we do 14 times 60 times 60 times 365, we get 18396,000, which is 18,396,000 seconds in 14 years. All right, let's try another. So now we want to know how many cups there are in 25 gallons. So we're going to start with 25 gallons and then use the conversion factors that are there. So we have 25 gallons over 1. And we know that there are 4 quarts in 1 gallon, making sure that the gallons are diagonal from each other, and that there are 4 cups in 1 quart. By setting it up this way, I've allowed for gallons to cancel out and quarts to cancel out, which leaves me with the desired unit of cups. And if we multiply across, we've got 25 times 4 times 4, which tells us that there are 400 cups in 25 gallons. Okay, let's try another. Number 5, how many tons are there in 24,000 ounces? So now, again, we start with that 24,000 ounces. And OZ is the unit for ounces, and we're going to leave that over 1. And we want to make sure that ounces are going to cancel out. So 1 pound is equivalent to 16 ounces. And 200 pounds, or nope, we want that to cancel out with pounds. So 1 ton is equivalent to 2,000 pounds. So now we can cancel out the units that we don't want, which would be ounces and pounds, which leave us with tons. And if we do 24,000 times 1, we get that 24,000. And this time it's over 16 times 2,000, which should be 32,000. And we can divide 24,000 by 32,000, or just 24 divided by 32, because the zeros would cancel out, and we get 0.75 pounds. Or sorry, ounces, not pounds. No, tons. Ooh, Mrs. Kiesler, get your work right here. Our final answer we wanted was tons. So 24,000 ounces is equivalent to 3/4 of a ton. All right, let's continue with this. Number 7, how many miles are in 840,840 yards? Okay, so again, we start with the number that we want to convert. So we have 840,840 yards over 1. And we want to convert that to miles. And we know that there are 3 feet in a yard. So that's going to be 3 feet times yards, or over 1 yard, so that the yards will cancel out. And we also know that there are 5,280 feet in a mile. I want feet to cancel out, so I'm going to put miles in the numerator. And now I should have enough there that I can cancel out the units that I don't want. Yards cancel out and feet cancel out because they're diagonal from each other, leaving us with miles. And now we can multiply across. So 840,000, 840 times 3 gives me 2,522,520. And that's going to be over 5,280. So I can divide by 5,280. And I get 477.75, and the unit we're looking for is miles. So 840,840 yards is equivalent to 477 3/4 of a mile. Number 9. 450 miles per hour is how many kilometers per day. So now we have two sets of units that we're dealing with. And we know that 1.6 kilometers equals 1 mile. So we'll start with the unit that we have, which is that 450 miles per hour. And that's in hours. And we want to get it to kilometers per day. So we can start with converting the hours to days. So we know there are 24 hours in one day. That's going to allow for the 24 or the hours to cancel out. And we also want the miles to cancel out. So we're going to put 1.6 kilometers over 1 mile. And since we have miles diagonal and hours diagonal, we can cancel them out. Miles cancels with miles over here. Hours cancels with hours over here. And we're left with kilometers per day. So we can multiply straight across. We have 450 times 24 times 1.6 equals 17,280. And that's going to be kilometers left over 1 day. So going 450 miles per hour is equivalent to going 17,280 kilometers in a day. All right, so you're going to try all the evens on your own. Be sure to check in with me so that we know you've got this down before moving on to today's exit ticket and homework.